All right, peeps. It's probably vent time here because sometimes I just feel like absolutely screaming, right? Because of the amount of obvious rubbish, okay? The amount of obvious lies that people are being fed, but they don't have the common sense, right, to work out that they're being lied to, right? It's really getting taxing on me, okay? The first one, I will repeat this over and over, okay? There has never been anything more obvious, right? When I first put this up on the board last year, or the year before, whenever it was, right? I had just stuff, that's all I do, right? Because I know the lies. I just know what are lies. I know so much, right? And I know stuff in an instant, and then I spent 6 months trying to prove it to other people, right? The first thing, it's almost the most obvious of things, right? The sun, right? The diameter, 1,390,000, an alleged diameter, 1,390,000 kilometers. A speed of light that was allegedly worked out, the first person to get his foot in the door over a decade of observing Io. Ah, people, honestly. This, right, you divide the sun's diameter by the Mickey Mouse speed of light, you get the number 4.6, and that's 4.6 seconds, right, that it takes for the sun to radiate light the distance of its diameter. Listen, it should just stop right here, because I will repeat again, nothing, right, nothing takes that long. Nothing takes that long to radiate light, the distance of its fucking diameter. Let's do the obvious, okay? Right, now, diameter is there. When I first did this, people came, yeah, but it's a bulb. That's not fair, or it's not right. Far out, people. A diameter is a diameter. A diameter is the distance from here to the other side, okay? Now, how can light, it doesn't matter how big or how small something is, this is a thing as well, right? The sun with a diameter of 1,390,000 kilometers, the power, you can feel the sun on your face, right, when it's in the sky. How can people think that it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds for that heat and light to get here from that sun? First up, it's only 100, allegedly, 108 diameters of itself away. Now, look, if this travelled at the same speed as that sun, I'll turn this on, right, and we'd be waiting 20 seconds for it to just get here. No, here, right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4.6, 1, 2, 3, 4.6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you not see? Right? This is how fast they're saying light travels from the sun. Yeah, but it's a bulb. The sun's bigger. It doesn't matter. It is a diameter, right? It's a diameter. This, when I first saw it, I could not believe it. I was screaming and shouting last year or the year before when I had it up on the board. I was going, what the just found it. I've just found not the smoking gun, the whole freaking armory of smoking guns, right? That is a lie. The sun does not take 4.6 seconds to radiate light the distance of its diameter. And all these people that keep going, oh yeah, it does. What do you know? You're not an astrophysicist. No, I'm not. And so what, right? Far out. This thing that people have. How many qualifications do you have? No, I don't have any qualifications. But we don't need qualifications for this stuff, right? It's basic common sense. It's basic common sense. It's a star. .6. I wish I could use the word stupid liberally and not insult people, right? Because this shouldn't even need saying. It's obviously absolute light, right? It cannot be timed. It cannot be measured. The fact that so many people, they're lying. They are lying through their teeth over and over and over. And it's obvious, right? It's obvious. Now, I bet there's a little bit of, maybe confusion? Oh, well, he said that, but nobody else has said anything yet. Nobody else has confirmed that the speed of light from the sun is absolute, even though he did that thing on the board. What does that mean? That's another thing. I bet people can't work out what I did. It's so basic, right? Basic math, addition, subtraction, keeping things in proportion. This is basic stuff. No, I don't have any degrees. I don't need degrees. Oh, that's another scam. It is. They also believe that the Egyptians carved the equivalent weight of 65 Nimitz-class aircraft carriers, right? Nimitz-class aircraft carriers. How? I'm talking to some guy today still on YouTube. Oh yeah, they could do it. They could easily do it. 50 men can easily pull a 2.5 ton stone out of the face of a copper quarry with copper hand tools. So what's your explanation? Well, that's it. 50 men, easy. That is the mentality of people today, right? They don't know what is possible and they don't know what's impossible. They don't know what's real. They don't know what's fake. They don't know where the science line finishes and the magic line begins. Believe you me, the science line, long gone. There is so much magic going on at the moment. How? Right? You've got 6.5 million tons of cut limestone, sandstone. 6.5 million tons, right? The weight of 65 Nimitz-class aircraft carriers. They weigh 100,000 tons each, right? And just say this to people and they still, no, they can do it. They did it. It's easy. What is wrong with people? What is actually wrong with people? Right? No, not even one aircraft carrier. The fact is, not even one stone out of a copper quarry comes out with just copper hand tools. It does not. See these people, and then this. I wish I could just sort of swear right now, okay? Because it just does my head in that this is kindergarten stuff. It cannot be done. The end, right? It cannot be done. It's a closed case. The Egyptians did not build the pyramids. The sun does not take 4.6 seconds to radiate light the distance of its diameter. Its light is obviously absolute. It's obviously absolute. It's staring at people in the sky every single day. It's up there, right? You can feel the heat. People look up at it and go, 8 minutes and 20 seconds to the lights get down here. That's amazing. Really? It's a lie, okay? It is a lie. And the people go on about how many qualifications have I got? The amount of people with qualifications that believe these absurdities, and we are supposed to, we're not allowed to say anything because we haven't got any qualifications. Give me a break. Those qualifications mean jack. In fact, there's a couple of people with their PhDs and they're now talking about space travel and this and that, and it's like, I think that to get a PhD, you have to agree to talk rubbish, right? Not all PhDs, but this space stuff, they'd never give me a PhD because I talk too much sense. So we've got, we'll do Roma, right? Because it didn't happen, right? It didn't happen. You do not measure the speed of light, right, by observing a moon that's 1/38th the size of its freaking planet, right? So this would be Jupiter, this would be Io. That's probably too big, all right? It orbits Jupiter at 420,000 kilometers, right? Now, look, Alexa, no, she's in the mood. Alexa, what is Jupiter's diameter?
Jupiter's diameter is 139,822 kilometers. Its volume is 1,431.
Alexa, thank you. Let's just call it
a pleasure. Happy Tuesday.
140,000 kilometers. That's the diameter, right? Now, 420 is 3 times the diameter of Jupiter. That is the distance that Io is from Jupiter as it orbits. So go round the back, come round the front, round the back. Sometimes up to nearly 1 billion kilometers away with a 1600s telescope, right? This guy went out over 9 years and worked out the delay. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And unless you've tried it, right? This is the thing. Everybody's so used to hearing, oh no, they did this, they did that, they did this. Everything's easy. The amount of horse trollop that people are being fed is scary, right? But it's not that, it's what people are believing. Roma did not. It's a joke. It's ridiculous, right? It is. It's stupid. It's actually stupid. It's impossible. Ask anybody with a telescope who's tried to have a look at Jupiter. Why haven't they shown us what happened? Why don't they do it? Have they not got these massive Earth-based telescopes? Why don't they show us? Why don't they show us Jupiter? Io, as it comes out from behind Jupiter, with one of these massive telescopes. Because Io and Roma, 1676, it did not happen. It's common sense, isn't it? Oh, you know, common sense, we're phasing common sense out. No, you fucking not. It's all we've got left. Because people, I just wish I just want to let it rip right now, right? That didn't happen. Now, whether you want to accept this or not, okay, the light radiating from the sun has never been timed or measured because it's impossible, right? I proved it now. I knew it all along. It was just finding a way of narrowing it all down and proving it. And I've done that, right? So what's going to happen now? What? Nothing will happen. The system will just carry on with its lies because there are enough people brainwashed with absurdities and they keep our stuff quiet, right? So it probably, well, no, I'm going to make sure it sees the light of day. I haven't come this far, right, to get stumped by a couple of social media sites, right? Because this is serious. This is serious stuff, right? The sun. No 299. No, 299 792. And what was it? I didn't want to get those sheets of paper. They worked it out, right? And the last few people, let me get these out. It's just so stupid, right? And people believe in this stuff, right? Speed of light, what is that? They make everything a talking point, things that shouldn't be talking points. People just don't know what's worth talking about and what isn't. This is another thing. Far out. Parallax. Where is it? Here it is. This is one of them. Please be it. Right. Oh, God. This, right, makes me want to scream that people are so stupid that they believe this, right? So we've got, they've done all the speed of lights, right? Michelson and Pease rotating interferometer, a mirror, 299, 774. And then we've got, in 1947, Louis Essen cavity resonator. He worked it out to be 299,792. In 1949, I'm going to write these down because it's so stupid, right? So we've got Carl Slackson. So see some of these names. I mean, look, right? Assuran, he used Assuran radar. Assuran radar, right? And he worked it out to be, here we go, 299,792, right? Get ready, 0.4. Seriously, right? And then this was in 1949, right? And then in 1951, we've got Keith Davy Froome, right? Keith Davy Froome. And he worked it out to be, right, with a radio interferometer. So a radio interferometer, right, 299,792, right, ready, 0.75. Now, people, right, this is garbage, right? Wait, there's more. Then we've got Kenneth M. Evanson. So Kenneth, right, M. Evanson. They've got even sun, they've got a slack sun, right? worked it out to be 299,792. 299,792. Ready? Ready? 0.457. We are talking, right? All these different methods. None of us have seen any of them in action, right? You just haven't, right? Because they're bullshit, right? And then we've got Peter Woods and colleagues, right? So Peter Woods in 1973, then in 1978, Peter Woods and colleagues, right? Peter Woods and his colleagues right? Look, so can it use a laser? How? Just laser, that's it. And you're supposed to believe it. Use a laser, that's it, okay? And you've got 299,792.457. Use the laser, okay? 1978, Peter Woods and colleagues used the laser as well, okay? And they came up with 299,792, and it's 4.4588. And that's where we get the 458 meters at the end of it. So look how close they were, look. Honestly, it's this trail of ridiculousness without any evidence. There isn't a shred of evidence for any of it. There just isn't. I have looked, right? And people just believe this. People just believe it. But they believe it on top of, it means the sun takes 4.6 seconds to radiate light the distance of its diameter. And this is as stupid. A child should be able to work out that this is impossible, that nothing takes that long to radiate light the distance of its diameter. How can people not see this, right? Because relativity, all of that crap is crap. All of it. It's a slam dunk. It's obviously rubbish. The whole shebang, right? Because light doesn't travel at 299,792 kilometers per second. If it does, someone needs to prove it properly, right? It just doesn't. It hurts. It hurts. It's so obvious, right? People are just in this, being fed, kept in the dark, right? And fed so much crap for so long. You cannot work out what's logical, illogical, real, fake, like possible, impossible. All of this stuff, hypothetical particles, hypothetical this, hypothetical that to explain this. And then we need all of it. It's just distractions, right? They are numbing people's minds with garbage, with obvious garbage mind, right? All you need is a little bit of common sense, not degrees. The claims that Galilei, right? The claims that he took to assistance to some hilltop or to two different hills a couple of kilometres apart. Well, ask Alexa, she'll say 2 miles, 3 k's, 4 miles, 7 k's. She's got loads of different stories. Why? Because it didn't happen, right? If it happened, it only happened one way. But if he is in fact real, okay, why on earth would he have even bothered getting 2 assistants, right, to go on opposite hilltops with lanterns, and they were gonna raise the lantern, the doors, and he was gonna click, or one of them was gonna click the time it took from opening. Look, just saying this stuff, it's like we're living in a kindergarten. Everybody's just like got childlike minds, can't work stuff out. Right? These things are lies. Right? It's so obvious that it's lies. We've got, how did Kepler work out that the planets were in elliptical orbits from one spot on planet Earth? How on earth did he work that out? In 1609, planetary motion, elliptical orbits, right? How? He's in one spot on planet Earth, right? He didn't see them, he wasn't able to follow them. So how did he? Nobody asks how. Everybody's just, oh, he's so clever. God, they were so clever back then, weren't they? No, it's just people are thick now. That's what it is, and they believe everything that's fed to them. The sun, the light from the sun, it's so fast, right? It would, if it turned on from off, it would light up Mercury and Pluto at the very same time. The same as when I put this on here, right? That could be Mercury and Pluto, right? That could be the sun. That's how it goes, like that, right? It's a star. This is only a tiny, when people say, well, it's only a tiny bulb, exactly. That thing has allegedly got a diameter of 1,390,000 kilometers. It's a beast, a star. It doesn't trickle feed its light at 4.6 seconds per diameter. How could people not see this? And now there'll be people going, what's he talking about? He's got no qualifications, don't listen to him. It's not about qualifications, it's what's staring you in the face. That's the depressing thing, it's getting depressing. What else is there? It's Joseph Lagrange, right? And the 3-body solution, handy for the James Webb Space Telescope. There it is, in Lagrange spot 2, Lagrange point 2, just doing its thing. I'm not convinced. The moon? No. Common sense. 1969 to 1972. People. We've got 9, we've got 10, 11, we've got 9, Apollo 9, Apollo 10, Apollo 11, Apollo 12, Apollo 13, oops, but that in itself, wow, right, what was it? An oxygen tank. Was it an oxygen tank that blew up? And they still, right, made it all the way around the moon. They were running out of oxygen, they were freezing, they were the things that people believe, right? And then we've got 14, and then 15, 16, and 17, they all took half-ton moon buggies. Now, what is it about Artemis that people don't understand? It's been 4 years now, and we are yet to see somebody. Look. It's about common sense. Look. People are going to snap out of it. Look. These are the ones that went. 13, no. 14, right? 15 with the buggy, 16 with the buggy, 17 with the buggy. Now, these two orbited the moon as well. So you've got 8 rockets, right? And was it 1968, Apollo 9? Anyway, does it matter? A 4-year period, right? Look, people believe it, right? You've got Artemis, it's been going since about 2019 or 2020, 4 or 5 years. What's happening with it now, by the way? Right? Oh, that's right, we're too focused on Mars and interstellar travel. It's not happening, people, right? There's nobody up there. You've got 2 people still stuck on the space station, unless that's just a story, right? That, you know, that saying, when there's a very, very loud story on the media, look for the story they're trying to distract you from. You cannot believe anything these people do or say, right? So yes, Artemis 2020 to 2024. I love it when people say, yeah, but we don't have the technology that we had back then. Oh my God, slap yourself on the side of the head. And again, and again, and again. One more time for luck, right? Honestly, all of it is lies. All of it is lies, right? It's just ridiculous. Space travel, people talking about, what is it? What are they going to do to Mars? They're going to terraform it. They're going to terraform Mars. They're going to create an atmosphere so we can breathe it. People are fucking stupid. Really stupid. What have they done to people, right? Nobody's terraforming anything. They couldn't terraform a freaking taxi, right? And they've got people thinking about all this. They've got everybody distracted, looking up there, when everybody should be focusing on what's happening on this planet. Honestly, I could go on just for ages, right? And bet you people are going, what is he? He's mad. He's having a moment. No, I'm not having a moment. He's just a stick of shit, right? You need to stop believing stuff with no evidence. The rubbish. Honestly, all of these shows, they're made to keep people distracted for the brain dead, is what they're made for, right? Physics gets weird at the end of the universe. The Edge of Our Understanding with Brian Greene and Neil deGrasse. Oh my God. Let's just listen to a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? I can't do more than 2 minutes of them because it's just rubbish, honestly. And then neutrinos, and then this, and then Einstein this, and Einstein that, and Einstein in the middle. Far out, people. Honestly, how do you tell people that they're just living an illusion without getting into trouble?
Neil deGrasse Tyson here, your personal astrophysicist. I got Chuck Nice with me. Chuck. Yeah, we got a cosmic queries. Yes. One that's backed by popular demand.
Oh, let's hear it. What is it?
Most popular. Oh, yes. We had my friend and colleague Brian Greene, theoretical physicist, professor of physics and math at Columbia University, author of the very best-selling Elite Universe, followed by The Fabric of the Cosmos, followed by The Hidden Reality. My boy's into all kinds of freaky cosmic stuff, and we got him back for more by popular demand. Brian Greene, welcome back to Star Talk.
Thank you. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, for those who are watching this on video, I think that's a black hole behind your head.
It is.
Full wall size.
It all looks just like that.
That's awesome. And did you just emerge from that black hole for this?
If I'd done that, I would have broken the laws of physics. You know that.
Oh, we can't have that. No.
Yes. But all of your knowledge would still be intact. Or is that's information? That's information.
Very good point.
First of all,
Yeah, subtle point.
I don't know how many of your audience just got the subtle
speed of light.
comment.
Johnny, I gave him a little diploma recently.
I know.
For how much he's learned of physics, I created just a little sort of Starbuckian diploma. Well, because
It's wrong.
Let me tell you something. It's the reason I do this job. The damn sure ain't for the
Right?
money.
So every time they say, you've spotted a galaxy at X amount of, no,
So speaking of money, I just want to.
they do not know.
What you have 2 professorships.
Wrong.
Was one not enough?
It's absolute.
And professor of math.
Yeah, each department doesn't know about the other.
Turn this off.
He's drawing 2.
Right? It's absolute. I'll tell you something else that's a slam dunk. You're not going to like this. Telescopes do not look into the past. A telescope, you see what is happening at the very same time as you're looking through the eyepiece. It does not matter how far it goes. Yes, if the speed of light were 299, but it is not. It's not. It does not matter how far away they look, right? They're seeing it live. These things, this sun and this absolute light, the ramifications, right? The knock-on effect, relativity, which is obviously an absurdity. Can you believe my feet? They're aging faster than my head right now because they're closer to gravity. Relativity, right? It's ridiculous, right? All of it is ridiculous. All of it, it's so obvious, right? But you've got to start at the beginning. You have to start at the beginning. There is no point, right, in people, so many people believing what other people are saying, right? People, you can think, you've got eyes in your head, right? You can look up at the sun and you can work it out on your own. Believe me, I promise you, if you just trust your own judgment and look at that sun, you'll see what I'm saying. I have proven it beyond doubt, right? It was obvious all along, right? That cannot be timed or measured, and nobody's done it. Do you remember that? Was it a camera? It could take 10 trillion frames per second. What a load of garbage. We went back and forth with that one for ages. Do I believe it? Of course I don't believe it. 10 trillion frames per second. Am I stupid or something? Right? Maybe what it can do, right, is use artificial intelligence to come up with an image that would look like the speed of light, but taking a photo of the speed of light and it like that little worm. It's one light after another. It starts with this. If you can work this one out, you'll be able to work out that the next thing is a lie, because everything is connected. This can't be a lie, and then every time they see a whatever galaxy, them saying it's 4 billion light years away. such thing as 4 billion light years. It would take what we see with Proxima Centauri less than 1 second to get here. And they say it takes 4.2 years, right? It's absolute. The light from a star will reach us immediately. And all we see is that. We see the little dot. It's not shining on us because it's not close enough. It's not going to put a shadow on a wall. Proxima Centauri, if it was the only star in the sky, it's too far away. But our eyesight, the way they say, you wouldn't see it if the sun goes out. If the sun goes out now, you wouldn't know for 8 minutes and 20 seconds. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about, right? Of course you'd know. It would bang. If it came back on, bang. You'll be on immediately. It's a fucking star, isn't it? It's not a hobby, right? This is the benchmark. If you cannot trust your own judgment and you have to believe this garbage, then what can we say, right? But people have got to stop believing. The amount of people that used to say to me, I used to drop something and people go, well, why should I believe you? Why should I believe you? Why wouldn't I believe all of the qualified scientists? Why? Why not check it out yourself? Why not get a pen and a paper and a calculator and start crunching some numbers? We have got a generation of people, right? A generation of children that are just growing up in their teens and their early 20s, 30s. That all you know is devices, right? That's all you know. If in 10 years' time there's a glitch and all the devices go down, we are going to have a humanity that is lost because nobody does any hands-on. Well, far out, you don't do any hands-on, you believe everything you're told, right? These devices are creating a nightmare. There is a storm coming, right? Nobody's doing the hands-on. The kids are not being taught common sense. I know this, right? What are they teaching our children about the future right now, right? Not much. Not much. They can bake cakes, right? There's this disconnect. People don't think that bad things are on their way. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, because nobody knows how to think. Nobody knows how to think. Nobody knows how to think. It could be like sheep led to a slaughter. You wouldn't even know it's coming, right? There's so many things that are on the horizon right now. I'm not going to go into the whole conspiracy theory thing right now, but it starts with all this stuff. People, you need to really wake up and stop relying on everybody else to give you information, right? Start working things out for yourself. Stop bitching about people when they try to warn you and make you see sense, right? If you haven't got the common sense to work some of this stuff out, then it might be too late for you, but it's not too late for your kids, right? There is a storm coming, right? And at the moment, people are brain dead. The majority are, I see it every day. I can't even talk to some people anymore. I just can't be bothered because it's almost like they're having me on, right? With some of the things, the lack of common sense that's going around. It's just truly unbelievable. It really is. I stand by all of the things that I've said. I've been saying them for years, and it's taken me till last night to come up with that sun, that moon, and it's obvious, right? In fact, let's just finish off with that before I stamp my feet. So what did I do? We've got the moon, right? And it's the same size as the sun when we look at it from Earth, right? Because the sun would be over here, okay? But it's the same size, and we've got Earth here. So when we look up, when there's a lunar eclipse, there's a solar eclipse, you see that moon, this size, right? The same size as the sun. We were doing comparisons, right? I was comparing distances. Everything was going up at in the same proportion. So everything was bang on the money. We got to the moon. Was it 3,476? 476 kilometers in diameter. We know there are 108 suns in between the sun and Earth. There's 108. It's a mathematical constant, basically. So we want 108 moons in between Earth and the moon, because that's going to be our sun. Alexa, what's 3,476 multiplied by 108?
Sorry, I didn't get that. 3,476 times what?
108.
3,476 times 108 is 375,408.
375,408 kilometers. That is with 108 moons, right? Because there's 108 suns. We're using the moon as the sun because it's the same size. It's just a bit of fun. But then we realize, hang on, that distance. Alexa, how far away is the moon from us right now?
The moon is 365,400 kilometers away from Earth.
We can basically say they're the same distance, okay? Right? So what is that saying? The moon, if it were the sun, it would be the same distance away from us, but Earth has got to shrink from 12,742 kilometers in diameter to 31.8. That is how big our sun is, right? But we can just pretend we're 31, we're on a planet that's got a diameter of 31.8 kilometers, right? We've got the moon. It's the perfect, just like the sun, the same size and the perfect distance, right? So now we would expect the moon to take 8 minutes and 20 seconds to radiate its light to Earth from where it's at. Can you not see how ridiculous it is? It is to scale. It's to scale. There is no way out, right? It's obvious, and it doesn't take 1.3 seconds either. That ridiculousness, it's instant. Absolutely instant. You would not know the difference if, look, it's instant. Light is absolute. It's pretty damn obvious, right? So that, I've been banging around with that for, I don't know how long, year, 2 years, and I've just been getting closer and closer, and I went to do that comparison, starting with 1.39 centimeters for the sun, ended up getting to the 1,390 kilometers, and instead of going to the 13,900, I thought, fuck it, just put the moon in between, just as another landmark, right? And it was then that it jumped out, and it is that proves it, because we all know that it doesn't take 8 minutes and 20 seconds, or it doesn't take 8 minutes and 20 seconds from the sun either. All right, people, you need to start trusting your own judgment. You cannot trust the people that are in charge. They are lying about everything. I stand by what I said here today as well. The Roma, the Galileo, these things, it's so obvious that they didn't happen. And those lot, astrophysicists, astro-absurdists. Later, peeps.